This is the Schnitt Show.
Hey, Alec Baldwin, is it going to be a problem for you if I discuss the situation on the show? Is it all right if I go over all the audio bites from your interview on ABC?
No.
What was it?
No.
What, excuse me?
No.
No. Alec Baldwin. Yeah, we will get into Alec Baldwin and...
No.
Was he wagging his finger at the same time? He went...
No.
All right, so regardless of what Alec Baldwin wants or thinks, we shall schnittalize. That is Schnitt analysis. We will schnittalize...
No.
Alec Baldwin last night on ABC. In fact, I think I might add drama music under this entire show. I'm going to start adding that. Like ABC, I'm going to put the dramatic music from some, production music library. I'm going to put music underneath whenever I talk about dramatic things, which it's quite a bit. I'm just going to run dramatic music with orchestral accompaniment to the show. I think that'll really add to things here. All right, welcome to Schnitt. Here we are. It's a Friday. We're set to wrap up the week. The weekend is straight ahead. Looking forward to spending some time with my wife, a little movie and wine night, cooking some rigatoni bolognese for dinner later on. Actually, the bolognese is made. It was made months ago and was frozen, and it has defrosted, and I will reheat it, reconstitute it, and it's fantastic. I'll tell you what, I make an unbelievable pomodoro sauce. So it's thicker than a marinara. It's a pomodoro. It is an amazingly simple. My pomodoro sauce, folks, if you ever had my sauce, you would never, ever, ever, ever want a jarred sauce ever again. So, but they freeze amazingly well. So I'll make a big giant batch of this stuff and we'll freeze them. And months later, you defrost them and then reheat them. The sauce is it might even get better frozen and then thawed. It's almost like everything just really kind of gels together. It's really amazing. And the same thing with the bolognese. Bolognese is spectacular, once it's slow cooked and it's served the same day or the day after. But I tell you what, these sauces, don't let freezing scare you, man. I'm telling you. All right, so we got a lot to cover today here on Schnitt. I want to start with the truly, I should say. I want to start with the truly stunning events that unfolded out of Michigan, out of Oakland County, Michigan, outside of Pontiac in little Oxford area in Oakland County, Michigan. And, of course, this is the aftermath of the school shooting where 4 kids were shot and killed, 7 were wounded, including a teacher. And I want to play an audio bite from the prosecutor. This is the Oakland County, Michigan prosecutor, Karen McDonald, at a presser a couple of hours ago as it was declared that her office was charging the parents of this school shooter, this Ethan Crumbley. They're charging the parents, James and Jennifer, with 4 counts each of involuntary manslaughter. Listen to this.
I want to be really clear that these charges are intended to hold the individuals who contributed to this tragedy accountable and also send a message that gun owners have a responsibility. When they fail to uphold that responsibility, there are serious and criminal consequences. As we work together to honor the lives lost and all of those impacted by the evil acts this week, justice for the victims and their families is at the forefront of today's announcement.
All right, again, I can't disagree. As a gun owner, as a staunch proponent of Second Amendment rights, personal defense, sport shooting, I understand that people like to hunt. I am not a hunter. I'm just a sport shooter, and I believe in personal defense and home defense. But I cannot argue at all with what she said.
That gun owners have a responsibility. When they fail to uphold that responsibility, there are serious and criminal consequences.
And yeah, it's rare for parents to be charged with a school shooting that their kid has perpetrated. But the circumstances here, the evidence, the egregiousness of the parents and their behavior and lack of action, and, well, essentially, their aiding, abetting, their assistance, it's mind-boggling what occurred here. And as a responsible gun owner, as one that carries a gun concealed for personal protection, I'm an avid shooter. I shoot virtually every weekend. Probably go tomorrow or Sunday morning to shoot my rifles at distance, outdoor range. And I have always been one on my radio shows to talk about safety, about responsibility. And if you have children around, you cannot allow your kids to have access to guns. And in this case, well, the fact pattern, what has been spelled out now as we have a timeline, it's truly incredible. Let me explain. So we have the school shooting that occurred earlier this week, Oxford High School. It's Oakland County, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. Like I said, 4 kids shot and killed, 7 others wounded, including a teacher. And the parents now of the 15-year-old shooter. The shooter's name, Ethan Crumley, obviously a troubled maniac. The parents, James and Jennifer Crumley, they've been charged with 4 counts each of involuntary manslaughter. They were careless. They were reckless. Do you realize they face up to 15 years in prison for each count? They could be going away for a long, long time. Now, their son was clearly troubled. There's evidence that the family knew that this kid was troubled long before the shooting. So what'd they do? They went out and bought him a gun? What? I don't understand this. So the son was troubled. The kid was having problems at school. And the father buys a semi-automatic pistol, a Sig Sauer SP 2022, a 9mm. I'm a Sig Sauer fan. This SP 2022, it's an all polymer, except for obviously the metallic parts. Oh, and guess what? This is just breaking. This is just breaking. There's now a manhunt on for the parents. So with the parents being charged with 4 counts each of manslaughter, now the news that's breaking as we come on the air is that all available resources are looking for the parents. They don't know if the parents have disappeared, if they've absconded. They don't know. But the parents were scheduled to be arraigned later today in court, and now apparently they can't find the parents. The local sheriff's department, local police department, so Oxford County or make that Oakland County Sheriff's Office looking for the parents. The FBI, the U.S. Marshals are all now hunting for the parents. So that's what's breaking right now. There is a all points bulletin. I don't know if they use that term anymore, but I figured I'd just kind of whip it out of the the old TV show lingo. So there's a total hunt and search on now for the parents. Where the hell are the parents? So, like, if we don't have enough drama here, now we have even more drama, as the parents might be on the run. And police, by the way, police are saying, and the sheriff for Oakland County was just interviewed, and apparently the sheriff said, do not approach the parents. Do not approach the Crumleys, James and Jennifer, because they could be armed. What the hell is going on here? Well, listen, they know that they could potentially face the rest of their lives in prison. And like I said just a few minutes ago, it is very uncommon for parents to be charged in school shootings. But the evidence which has been amassed so far is so stacked against them. Their son was troubled. They clearly knew there were issues here. He was having problems at school. And as I was just saying, the father buys a Sig Sauer SP-2022 9mm handgun for his son. Happened on November 26th at a place called Acme Shooting Goods in Oxford. Now, the gun store, don't blame the gun store. The gun store did everything according to the book. Father filled out an ATF 4473 form. Everything was done by the book. An employee at the store apparently did confirm that when the father bought the gun, that the son was there. And now, as we've had the story pieced together, apparently the mother and father, they bought this gun for the kid as a Christmas present. So obviously, they know their son has some problems. So, yeah, you get him a 9mm handgun at 15 years of age. Yeah, that makes a hell of a lot of sense here. So they bought the gun on November 26th. The kid posted a picture on Instagram of him holding the gun, claiming that it was his. And this was on or around the same day he got the gun. So the 26th was Friday. It was Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. So he posts a picture of him holding the gun, puts it on Instagram with a caption that reads, "Just got my new beauty today," with like emoji hearts. And then he says, "Sig Sauer 9mm. Any questions, I will answer." And that's what he posts online. The mother posted on social media on or about the 27th, which was Saturday after Thanksgiving. She posts on social media, the mother, quote, "Mom and Son Day, testing out his new Christmas present." So the parents are admitting they bought the 15-year-old kid who's got problems, apparently, a 9mm handgun. His new Christmas present. Who the hell buys? Come on. You know, after the father heard that there was an active shooter at the high school, the father, James Crumbly, he drove home like a bat out of hell, apparently, to look for the gun. Because, damn, he knew it. He knew once he heard there was an active shooter at his kid's high school, he knew it was his son. So he bolts home, gun's gone. Unbelievable. Now, this is where things get even more disturbing. A teacher saw this demented kid searching for ammo on his phone in class, reported this to school administrators. This was also reported to his parents. They made a phone call. They left voicemails for the parents. Then they sent an email, got no response from the parents. And then the mother, Jennifer, texts the son that day, "LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught." And anyone is going to question why the parents have been hit with charges here? Unbelievable. Then it gets even worse. There are so many problems here, folks. The school dropped, the parents dropped the ball, the school dropped the ball. I can't imagine that any of these school administrators, the principal, the assistant principals, whoever, I can't imagine that any of them are going to have jobs very, very long. I would even think that the superintendent of the schools in the county might be out of a job. Oh, the lawsuits are going to be unbelievable. All right, wait till you hear the rest of the grisly, bone-chilling details. And I'll get to that here in just a second. Also, I want to play some questions and answers from the presser when the prosecutor announced the 4 counts of manslaughter each against the parents, who are now apparently on the run. They can't find them. Manhunt on for the parents. All right, hold on. I mean, this is like a movie script now. It's The Fugitive. The Fugitives. All right, folks, if you want Trump news, Newsmax. And whenever Trump has a rally, well, Newsmax is going to let you know. Newsmax will be the only major cable system to air it live. You can get all the details from Newsmax on any upcoming Trump rally. Just text the word Zoom to 39747. That's 39747. Text the word Zoom, 39747, and Newsmax will send you any updates or news about Trump. Bypass the big media. Get real news from Newsmax. You can join their list. Just text the word Zoom to 39747. And make sure you tune into Newsmax. It's now America's fourth largest cable news channel. Find it on all major all major cable systems. Now, if your cable system does not carry Newsmax, call them up and say, what's going on here? Why don't you have Newsmax? I can switch. You got tens of millions of Americans each day going to Newsmax.com, watching Newsmax TV. You can be one and get your news from Newsmax, news you can trust, and you can find out about any Trump news, get the latest info pushes. They'll text you. Get on the list. So text the word Zoom to Newsmax at 39747. Just text the word Zoom, Z-O-O-M, to 39747. All right, the rest of this story out of Michigan. Insanity. Next on Schnitt. Hang on, folks.
This is the Schnitt Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take pride in presenting Schnitt.
The tragedy here of this school shooting up in Michigan is that there were just a ton of warning signs. The parents had to know. I mean, how brain dead are these parents? The kid searching for ammunition in class before the shooting. All right, hold on to that thought. And then we find out that he was drawing these grisly, disturbing pictures in class. All right, hold on to that. I want to give you the details because what this kid was, a teacher was so disturbed, took a picture of what he was drawing in class over his shoulder. Back in a minute.
This is the Schnitt Show.
Now you can listen to
Schnitt. The latest is a manhunt is on for the parents of that school shooter up in the Detroit area. Charges filed by the prosecutor in Oakland County, Michigan. And then the parents apparently disappeared. So I'm curious, why wouldn't there be surveillance on the parents if there was any indication that charges were going to be filed? And of course, the prosecutor must have been working on this for a couple of days. Or at least a day, but I would say fairly quickly they were looking at the parents. Once they had a lot of pieces to this puzzle right away. And I'm just curious why either the sheriff's office, local police, why they were not watching the parents. Kind of the same deal with the Brian Laundrie case down here in Florida. How the Northport, Florida police, they should have had surveillance, eyes on this guy 24/7. And remember, they said that they mistook the mother for Brian Laundrie. I don't know how the hell that happened. But the Northport, Florida Police Department has taken a lot of crap for dropping the ball, and they've admitted as much. But also, I got to ask, why weren't the parents being surveilled, or why wasn't there a watch on the parents? Because, believe me, prosecutors and I'm sure police knew that something was coming, and make sure you know where the parents are. Charges filed, now they can't find the parents. So a manhunt is in progress. And they're warning people, if you see them, do not approach the parents because they could be armed. You got local police, you've got the FBI, you've got the U.S. Marshals. They're all looking now for James and Jennifer Crumbley, parents of this 15-year-old that killed 4 and wounded another 7 at Oxford High School. All right, let me get back, and I want to grab some calls on this. Your thoughts, and there are even more incriminating details that I want to get into regarding the charging of the parents. And I don't take this lightly, folks. I'm I'm a Second Amendment proponent. I'm a gun enthusiast myself. I believe in gun safety. I practiced it as my kids were growing up. My kids never saw my guns growing up. My guns were 100% locked up at all times. When my kids were growing up, no access whatsoever, ever. Would you like to weigh in on the parents being charged? 800-801-8999. 800-801-8999. Your thoughts on the parents being charged, and now the parents are apparently fugitives. They're considering the parents fugitives right now as if they've disappeared after charges have been filed. Also, we're getting word that the parents are no longer communicating with their attorney. So they've gone dark on their attorney. My God, is this the Brian Laundrie husband and wife edition, Michigan style? This is the Michigan edition of Brian Laundrie, potentially. All right, your thoughts, folks. What do you think about the parents being charged and now they're fugitives? They're on the run. I don't think they'll be on the run long. But what if they? They could. And here are the reports. They could be driving a new 2021 Kia Seltos. The hell is a Kia Seltos? Let me look this up. I think I've heard of it. I want to see what this car looks like. A Kia Seltos. I'm doing a quick little Google search here. All right, the Kia Seltos looks like it's a compact SUV. I guess it's a newer model. Car and Driver gives it an 8 out of 10. MSRP starting at $22,490, up to 29 miles per gallon in the city and 35 on the highway. A little under horsepowered, 146 to 175. They're not going to be in a really high-speed chase, I would imagine. The Michigan State Police they're going to have those V8s, I would imagine. But, they could be driving a 2021 Kia Seltos compact sport utility vehicle as they're on the run, allegedly. All right, let's get to these other details here. We've got some wide open runway here, and we need a little time here. So it turns out that a couple of days or the day before the shooting, so I think it was the timeline appears to be the day before the shooting, a teacher saw the kid searching for ammo on his cell phone in class and reported this to the school administration. And this is when the parents were contacted. The school called the parents, left voicemails, then emailed the parents. Parents did not respond. And this is where the mother apparently texted her son that day, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn how to not get caught. Meaning you're searching for ammunition on your phone while you're in class. You got caught. You got to learn not to get caught. Not angry at you, LOL, laughing out loud, LOL. Jeez, what's wrong with these parents? So then on the morning of the shooting, a teacher saw a note on this kid's desk. It was a drawing of a semi-automatic handgun pointing at the words, "The thoughts won't stop. Help me." So he wrote those words, "The thoughts won't stop. Help me." And a gun is pointing to those words. So what thoughts? Homicidal thoughts? Killing kids in your school? I mean, that's what it seems like. There was also a drawing, same page. There was also a drawing with a bullet and the words saying blood everywhere. Then between the gun and the bullet was a drawing of a person who was shot twice and bleeding. And then there was a drawing of a laughing emoji. Also on the page, he had written, "My life is useless and the world is dead." The teacher in the classroom, apparently so disturbed, was able to take a picture of this drawing on his desk with her cell phone. The parents were called immediately and told to come to school right now. This is the morning of the shooting. The kid was removed from class with his backpack, which apparently the sick and sad thing is that gun was in his backpack, folks. It is almost certain that when he was in the meeting, when his parents were called to school, and he's in with the school administrators and the principal, and they're going through what the hell is going on here, he's got his backpack in the meeting. That gun was in that backpack. Why the hell was that backpack not searched? Why did the parents ask him, where's the gun? You don't have the gun, do you? Wouldn't that be one of the first things that would cross your mind if they're showing the parents the details of a drawing that he's made, which is clearly disturbing, with a gun and sick, twisted verbiage? The thoughts won't stop. Help me. Blood everywhere, bullets, guns, people being shot. He's drawing pictures in class. My God. So the parents were called. They go down there. The kid is removed from class, brings this backpack into the meeting. In the office, the school counselor got the drawing, but he had already altered the drawing. The kid had already scribbled things out, scribbled through some of the images, but you could still obviously see what the images were. Parents were told that their son had to enter counseling within 48 hours. Can you believe the parents did not ask their son if he had the gun with him or where the gun was? Nobody checked his backpack for the gun. Why not? So the parents leave school without their son. Why did the high school allow the kid to go back to class? Listen, I know it's easy to Monday morning quarterback, but Jesus, why wouldn't it be common sense to say, the kid needs counseling. We've got trouble here. We're not allowing him back in school. Take him out of here. Get him out of here. That didn't happen. Parents left. The parents apparently resisted the idea of taking him, and he went back to the classroom. The words from the prosecutor were that the parents resisted in taking him out of school. So they sent him back to the classroom after this meeting, after the disturbing note. I mean, how many warning signs were needed here? All right, the parents clearly have major culpability, but so does the school. The administrators here, with all these details, all these facts, you don't want this kid on your campus, in your classroom. So then once it was known that there was an active shooting, this is also insane. Once the news broke there was an active shooter at the high school, the mom texted her son at 1:22 p.m. and texted Ethan, "Don't do it." The mother knew. Then at 1:37 p.m., James Crumbly called 911 to report that a gun was missing from his house and said he thought that his son was the shooter at the school. Dad raced home to see where the hell's the gun. Why didn't he think of this when they were in the school and the kid had his backpack in that meeting? The negligence here, the parents, the school. Like I said, I can't imagine that any of the school administration and maybe even the superintendent in that school district, I can't believe they're going to have jobs. The lawsuits here are going to be staggering. So where was the gun? At the parents' house. The gun was apparently being kept in a drawer, unsecured, not locked, no lockbox, in the bedroom of the parents, James and Jennifer. And the gun, which was recovered at the school after the murders, the recovered gun was the same that James had purchased with his son at the gun store just days earlier. So you have a teacher that recognized on Monday that the kid had problems. Tuesday, the parents are summoned to school. The father bought the gun over Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday apparently. Why wasn't the gun secured? Why did the school not inform the county sheriff or local police? Why wasn't the school resource officer brought in? Apparently, the SRO, the school resource officer, was not even in this meeting. I don't understand that either. Also, there are reports the kid had posted some creepy YouTube videos. The school should have taken, folks, immediate action to neutralize this brewing little bastard. Now, people are questioning about the rarity for a parent to be charged. But the facts that have come out as far as the culpability, the negligence, the parents contributing, the facts are so egregious, and I agree with the prosecutor, that the charges are totally warranted, is what she said. They gave him a gun. Hey, there could also be federal charges here for underage gun ownership. Now, the father bought the gun, but they've admitted the gun was for their 15-year-old son. Handgun? 21 years of age for a handgun, folks. 18 for a rifle to purchase. Parents gave this kid access. And prosecutors seem to indicate that this planning had actually gone on for quite some time and that the parents knew that their kid was a mess. So what do? You buy the kid a 9mm Sig Sauer P2022 on Black Friday. But again, school failure, parental failure, there are going to be lawsuits out the wazoo. The legal exposure here is unbelievable. But the most important thing is you have 4 high school kids shot and killed, gone. And then you have 7 others that were wounded. 6 other students, and then a faculty member, a teacher. And now the parents are on the run. Jeez, what else? All right, let me play a couple of audio bites, then we'll move on. If you want to weigh in, any thoughts, 800-801-8999. Here's one of the questions from the media after Karen McDonald, the Oakland County, Michigan prosecutor, after she laid out the charges against now the fugitive parents on the road. They're giving out the license plate number, and we are heard in Michigan. So for our Michigan affiliates, they're looking for, they could be driving a black 2021 Kia Seltos. It's a small SUV, and it has Michigan tag Delta Queen Golf 5203. So DQG Delta Queen Golf 5203. Michigan tags. A 2021 black Kia Seltos is what they could be driving. All right, here's one of the questions from the media in the room after the charges were announced against the parents.
Did the parents act as straw buyers for their son who was underage and not allowed to own a firearm in Michigan?
All right, so asking, were the parents acting as straw buyers buying the gun for their underage son?
I believe that the facts probably indicate that that's the result, but that would be a federal charge, and if that's appropriate to make that, then I'm confident that they will.
So again, there could be federal charges coming. All right, then there's a question about parental responsibility from a reporter.
What level of responsibility do you expect from parents in a situation like this?
Well, again, I don't think that this is a unique or unusual interpretation. When you give your child access to a deadly weapon, when you indicate that you're buying a weapon and you sign that it's for yourself, yet clearly based on the statements of the shooter, the statements of mom, that was his gun. And then we have the searching of ammunition. We have mom saying, at least you didn't get caught.
Unbelievable. And now the parents know they're in so much trouble. Apparently, they're on the run.
This is Schnitz.
Will the parents be found during the course of today's Schnitt show? I mean, now we got a fugitive angle. Holy crap. All right. Alec Baldwin, who shot and killed the cinematographer. His interview. Details next.
Schnitt Show.